Podcast Network. This is the Lifestyle Live Podcast.
Faces you know and a team you can trust. Stories that form your heart. Lifestyle Live. Lifestyle Live. Lifestyle Live.
The legendary rock and roll band behind the worldwide hits like Taking Care of Business and You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet is coming to Brown County Music Center in Nashville on June 16th. Here with more is founding member of Bachman-Turner Overdrive, Mr. Randy Bachman. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, happy to be here.
Yeah, we're glad you are. A lot of people are so excited about this. I grew up listening to your music, and it takes me straight to some of those summer memories. Like, it just has that summer vibe to it. Why did you guys decide to get this going again and go back on tour?
Well, we were like the rest of the world. We were all locked up in our rooms. You know, like, go to your room. Yeah. We went to our room for 3 years. I mean, we couldn't get out. So suddenly musicians everywhere can get out and people can get out. And everybody has felt so controlled and restricted for the last couple of years to actually get out and celebrate life. And we have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. We're here today, but from yesterday back are all the good old days, and all the music reminds us of that. In this last week, I just saw Neil Young and Crazy Horse and the Stones in Toronto, New York, and I was in the audience. And to be there and sit through Cinnamon Girl and Heart of Gold and Satisfaction and all the Rolling Stones, I was really transported back to the first time I heard that song. You know, and then somebody in the audience recognized me and he said, it's the same thing when we're at your concert. You have like 30, 40 years of Guess Who and BTO hits that we love. And now my son Tal's in the band. He had a big hit called She's So High in the late 90s. So we're like even more modern than a normal classic rock band. So we're all out and enjoying it. And it's really something. Neil Young must have had 20,000 people. Stones had about 50,000, giant stadium in New Jersey. And to be part of this throng of 40 or 50,000 people that for 2 hours, you are one vibration and one thought, and you're just enjoying that song and singing every word. And there's people who are 8 years old and 80 years old, all there doing that. So I felt really fortunate to be in the audience and realize I am and can do the same thing, like bring people back to this time travel, basically. It's kind of, yeah.
Well, and it spans generations. I think that's the amazing thing is, you know, my dad obviously listened to it. I grew up listening to it. My kids now love listening to it. They're 10 and 7. And so it must be fun for you when you're on the stage looking out and going, boy, when this song was released, some of you weren't even thought of, let alone, you know, being here singing word for word. That must be such a cool feeling.
It is, and you can see generations. I'll see a guy, and then obviously he's like in his 60s, his son's in his 40s, his grandson's in his 20s, and then a little kid who's 8, and there's like, I have 4 generations of the Smith family, or Joe USA or Joe Canada is out there, and they all like the song. Little kids are getting the songs on video games and stuff, right, on the computers. And we got the first on radio, then they're in movies and television and commercials. So it's a wonderful phenomena that musicians are now being paid for being ripped off, because from Napster on and Spotify, there's not money, songs being digitized and given free. Now we can actually get paid for working.
Before I let you go, I do want to talk about the concert coming up on June 16th in Brown County, Nashville, Indiana. What are fans going to get from this tour and from your show?
They're going to get a lesson in Canadian musical history from the town of Winnipeg, which spawned Burton Cummings, the Guess Who, Bachman-Turner Overdrive, Neil Young and the Squires. It's all going to be there. I start playing with Shakin' All Over, which is my first hit in 1964-5 with the Guess Who, right through all through the Guess Who songs, right through BTO. Somewhere in the show, my son Tal does She's So High, big hit he had in the 90s. So we're appealing to many, many age groups, and it's the world's funnest gig.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Best job in the world.
Randy, thank you so much for everything, your music, and for your time. We certainly are grateful.
Thanks. We'll see you soon.
Lifestyle Live. Lifestyle Live.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Lifestyle Live Podcast. Thank you for listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And connect for even more on Facebook and at lifestylelive.tv.
Faces you know and a team you can trust. Stories that form your heart.